Alright, it seems to be working. YouTube has a new layout. The thing is different. I don't like it. I don't like change. Hey everyone, how are you all doing on this fine week over here? Before the stream I was just doing a little bit of mesh work, so I'm just gonna finish this one and then we'll start with the thing I actually want to do today, which is show you a little bit of what I've been working on and also the backstage of the Caracal Habitat that we made last time. This needs to be one over. So I've just been kind of chugging away at some of the remaining mesh work to be done in the zoo, as you can see. So I did the entire Caracal Habitat that we built last stream, so that's entirely meshed over already, as you might have seen in the thumbnail, though it's not as apparent because the mesh doesn't always show up in screenshots too well. In a YouTube thumbnail it's even more. Okay, I need to, what's this? Installer migration. I don't care. It's my work phone. It shouldn't even be here anyway. But yeah, so I've been chopping away at the mesh stuff. Just catching up on some shows that I haven't been keeping up with. For instance, well, actually, most shows I watch I don't watch while playing Planet Zoo, to be honest, because I want to be engaged. Especially, I've been watching One Punch Man again since a very long time, and I actually only ever watched season 1. So now I've also watched season 2, and season 3 is currently airing, so I'm currently caught up and waiting for more episodes, which I didn't expect, to be honest. I thought everything was out already, but I mean, I can't complain that there's more content of the thing that I enjoy, although I will say season 3 hasn't been amazing, but whatever. And I've been watching the new Critical Role show, of course, also not while playing Planet Zoo, because that definitely deserves my full attention. Like One Punch Man, I would watch it just on the side if it weren't for the fact that I prefer watching it in Japanese. So if I do that, then I have no idea what's happening, because I have to read the subtitles. So I need to pay attention to it, basically, for that reason. No, but I've been catching up on Gen V, the spin-off series of The Boys, and it has been okay-ish. I don't know, I wasn't a big fan of the first season, and this is no different, to be honest. What's happening here? Yeah, I don't know. I really liked The Boys when it first came out. But it went, I don't know what the fuck happened to it. It's just all about sex now. And Gen V is, actually, the last episodes haven't been that focused on it, but still, I don't know. I just don't enjoy it that much anymore. Maybe I've outgrown it, but I honestly can't imagine that, because I'm still a very immature little boy. Anyway, we are done with this one section of mesh. If I just finish this over here. So let's wrap that up. So three slices left. So I'll do that after the stream probably. That's like half an hour of work, maybe. Roughly. More or less. Ignore floaty bits. Okay, actually, yeah, let's get into all the stuff I did in between streams for a second. So first of all, mesh. The Caracal Habitat has mesh. Entirely. It's fully done. So that's really nice. I also let guests into the zoo so that I can see if there's any places where guests get stuck. Like, you know, as you can probably imagine, there's actually no guests here, but they're not using the staircase. Is not a problem, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. They only use this staircase to get up there. Also, whatever just happened there happens, apparently. I don't know what that was. But yeah, it's nice having guests walking around the zoo. It definitely livens up the place as well, so that's also fun. Then we have many floaty things. Yeah, I made a to-do list for the Africa area because we're so close to finishing it. And then when I finished the to-do list, I was like, I don't want to do any of these things right now. And instead of forcing myself to do something I don't want to do, I just went and did something completely different. So I've been working on the restaurant over here. If you remember, so far all I had was basically an outline. And you think in console you can add some presets so I can download some. I'm not playing on console, so you cannot download these, even if I did. I'm sorry. What about some bushes to give the Caracal some privacy? We'll look into that in a moment. Anyway, if you remember, we have the Komodo dragon habitat over here, and in the background we have the restaurant, which I think looks really, really cool. So, oh god, I don't know where that came from. Is it just me, or is there... No, it's not my torch, it's just a different light that was reflecting here. What light is that? I guess whatever is shining on... Oh, it's this. Yeah, that makes sense. So, the inside is nowhere near finished, of course. I've mainly been focusing on the exterior. And the only vision that I had for this, really, was curve and use the same brick as the entrance. So I just took some things from the entrance and I turned it into this. So I started with a slice of window, spun that around a bit, and then added some non-window bits on the side as well. And I was really happy with how that looked. So I continued it down here, slightly inset so that it looks cool and slightly more like interesting, I guess. And now I'm just debating on what I want to do with this final part. I put down this shape, which I think looks pretty neat. I'm not sure if this makes sense though, because basically I want the kitchen to be over here. And while I think it would be a pretty cool shape for a dining area, I'm not sure if this shape works for a kitchen. So maybe I move the kitchen or I do something, but I also do want to have like a window over here for like takeout and stuff. So I don't know if this is gonna be something I'd end up doing, because what would be nice is we need to have a playground somewhere over here, because that's a thing that you need to do. If you have like a dining area, you need a playground nearby. Preferably you need to have a dining area with a view of the playground so the parents can keep an eye on their children. I kind of want to have the playground in this sort of corner. So if this was like a dining area, that would also give the parents a view of the thing. For the future, could you make a billboard tutorial? What specifically do you mean? There's lots of things. Do you have plans for the South American area? Yes, that's all of this. But it's all subject to change. Because basically what I'm going to do when I start working on the South America area, I'm probably... I'll salvage some of the things that I made, even though there's not that much usable stuff in here, to be honest. I'm probably going to just get rid of everything and start from scratch, because I have all sorts of new ideas that I want to implement that I'm not sure fit what we have so far, so we'll see about that. But the restaurant, oh yeah, the upstairs area. Oh yeah, one thing I was thinking, maybe over here we can make like a water playground, just like they have at Eindhoven Zoo now, at the tigers. And they could like integrate with the water body over here. Maybe in general, on and more information, science, like making them. I find it hard to make tutorials about stuff like that, because it's just a creative skill. And not so much how to do this. This is something you can do in Planet Zoo. It's just image making. I've made some pretty cool sides, I will admit, but I'm not sure if that's really a skill I can easily transfer. But yeah. Anywho, the upstairs area is also pretty cool. What I was thinking for this is that it can be some kind of event center. With a really freaking cool view of all the monkey islands. You're basically going to look over the terraces and just see all sorts of movement down here, like the capybaras and the monkeys, so that's really cool. I made it... I'm going to admit I wasn't totally convinced on all the red in the Australia area at first, but it looks so freaking good now. It's all coming together. Nice. I'm glad about that. It is indeed, it was a choice. It was a bold choice. But in combination with the plants, it's such a nice contrast, I think. And yeah, I do wish that it was all just a little bit more muted. But yeah, let's just say that it's very new and it hasn't been weathered down yet. But yeah, so the first thing that I was challenged with the upstairs area is how do people get to it? And then I figured it actually can fit into the Nepal area pretty seamlessly by just taking away a little bit of space from the chickens, which don't need that much space anyway. We can make some sort of entrance over here that lets you inside of the event space. And also over here there can be a door for the keepers to access the backstage of the Hanuman Langar, which is also important. So whenever we get to building this building over here, we just need to make sure that there's a door in there, and then that all works out. We can also make a window in this one so that the people walking into the event center have something to look at. That's fun. But yeah, and then this can just be an entire event space. So lots of chairs and coffee tables, but also maybe yeah, just a whole bunch of chairs facing a wall with a big beamer. And yeah, that will be really fun. The idea I have right now is that we can build it as a conference for Baraza currently going on. That is the Bronation Association of Zoos and Aquarium. And yeah, so that can be like a presentation about that. In the back there can be like a storage room where they keep all the tables and chairs that are in use, so they can change like the layout of the event center based on the type of event. There could be like some breakout rooms or coffee corners. Something. You can fill this space however you want, right? But the idea is clear. I think that will be really fun. Can't wait until you start making videos on Keypark. I need more content. I mean, we'll always have the weekly streams, and video-wise, I think what I'm just going to do is, when I finish an area, I'll make a video about the area, and going a little in-depth on how it's all built. Recommendation I have is based in the Monkey Islands on the spider animals of Biopark do Rio. It's a very nice looking exhibit. Currently the plan is to make it based on Gaia Zoo, but I can definitely have a look. So yeah, that's basically what I did off stream. So, oh yeah, also this. Ta-da! This is based on things that I saw in Nepal. Many of the villages had these kind of letters displaying the name of the village. I think this is a really nice spot for it at the top of this cliff face, and you'll be like, ooh, what's Tala? And then you'll be like, welcome to the Tala village, or whatever. So that will be fun. But yeah, that's that. So today we are going to be working on this over here. It will be the backstage for the Caracal. Well, not really the backstage. It'll be the indoor area, and it's mainly going to be based off of Blijdorp. So let's see if I can quickly find an example of that. Should be in here, somewhere around here maybe. What's this? This is the Riviera Hall, so probably a bit further, a little bit, wait, maybe less far now that I think about it. Yes, it's before this, so it's after this. There it is. Almost. It's after this. It's literally the next clip. Okay, this is the Caracal backstage of Blijdorp. Okay, that actually looks a lot shittier than I remember. But you got the enclosure, and the main thing that I want to point out is that it's built inside of this rock facade, right? So you have just a huge kind of kopje rock-like builder, and inside of that is the Caracal backstage. Now I do plan to make mine look a little bit better. The main feature of this backstage that I want to incorporate is a nice wallpaper. Something like wait. Something like this. So we'll have a nice wallpaper of an African savanna slash deserty type of area. And that will look very nice in the background, surrounded by some real rocks as well. What is Bronation? I always hear about it. Oh yeah, okay, it looks like you've already been well informed. It's a lovely server. Boop. So wait, was that? Did it say server? Oh yeah, we used to have server in here as well. I forgot about that. So over here then, what will we create? I think I want to keep this barrier roughly in the same spot, but I do want to have it be straight. Wait. Like that. Oh, that's annoying. That's very annoying. Okay. I have to do this so that we don't mess up the glass. Like that. Is this low enough? I think it needs to be lowered slightly. Do you have to be a bro? Yeah, no, what even said. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, our Caracal is underground. Wait, huh? Oh, I forgot we had the cave down here. Maybe we should... Why is there such a big cave over here? We never figured it out. Wait. Let's fill in the cave. I have been bro to the red pandas. True. Oh, at work, we have this thing next week, like for the end of year presentations or whatever. Every team can like present a charity that they like to support, and like the best presentation will win a check to donate to that charity. So naturally I said to my team, like, yeah, I have a charity that I would love to support, of course, and they all know what I'm talking about when I say that. But then one of my team members was like, oh yeah, I also do like volunteering at a orphanage, and it might also be really fun to do that. Maybe we could do a combination. Like, yeah, a combination never works, because then it explicitly says one charity in the assignment, so I don't think doing two would be appreciated. Just work. Just work. Why don't you just work? Thank you. No! Stop going into the cave! I don't want you to be in the cave! You're not Tony Stark. You're not building a cave with a box of scraps. Wait. What's happening? The Goron pits are almost finished. Oh, yeah. Right. Oh, right. Right. I forgot you named something after my pits. I hope I'm not messing with any other terrain right now. Wait, why is this? Why is it hollow? This is so weird. Okay, let's see if we can close that up as well. This is so weird. I hope I'm not messing up the terrain down here. It doesn't look like it. But he's still down here! What are you doing, man? Actually, I don't need this entire thing anymore, because it was to do like temporary mesh, so please stop appearing in the back rooms. Thank you. Are you able to walk into your habitat? Yes, kind of. Okay, you can jump into it. That's interesting. I did not expect that, but okay. What was I even talking about? Oh yeah, the charity thing. So, I think I could make a very fun, in-depth presentation about the Red Panda Network, obviously. But I don't want to, like, take away from this guy who actually is involved with an orphanage or something. So, I don't know. I don't know what to do in this situation. I think we need to make a choice tomorrow, like what we're gonna do. And I'll probably just say like, yeah, you do whatever you want. But I'm probably going to be upset afterwards, because 90% sure that it's gonna end with me being like, oh, I could have done such a better presentation. No bad feelings. No hard feelings towards the guy. He's a good guy. But oh well. So be it sometimes. Oh. Do you want to rename the Goron pits? Goron Grotto. I do like Goron Grotto. Oh, it's a bit high. Yes! Well, I'm not saying it's more important. That's why I feel bad saying that, like, I don't want to take the spot away from him, because I do think that what he's doing is more important. But I do think that if I were to give my presentation, I'd be more likely to win. And I try to say that in the humblest and non-cocky way possible, which is impossible because I know how it comes across. Is it just me, or is this window, like, horrible in terms of... Wait, I'm just gonna... So I don't know, I feel like I've shown this before, but I learned the other day that when you take one of... Oops. That when you take one of these glass panels, that it actually matters which side you're looking through it. Like, yeah, this side... Wait, let's do like an instant flip. So this side is less reflective than this side. You can see the like extra glare. So whenever you're placing down a glass window, make sure you check which side you're using. Sorry, I'm a little slow today, but what else is new? Alright, so we got our entrance, we've got our billboard, and now we just need to make this sand. Should it be sand? I'm not sure. It is a caracal. I'm just not sure if it's convenient to basically have an entire floor of kitty litter. I'm not sure if that's nice for the keepers to clean. Alright. What do you mean by you check? You check. I still don't know how to pronounce it. I know, you know what the stupid thing is? Somebody told me, oh, the C in Czech is actually pronounced like this. And I know how to pronounce it because it's basically the Dutch way of saying it. Because in Dutch we say Tsjechië. But for some reason in English, I just can't make that sound when I'm talking English. It's really freaking bothering me. But I gave up. Should I build for Southeast Asia animals? Oh, sorry for those noises. Or North American animals today? Whatever you feel like. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. Alright, let's get some concrete. And we'll basically just outline what this place would be like. I'm not sure if this is upside down or not now. I'm asking you because I have zero idea of what I want. Then I would say American. And if you are somehow disappointed with that decision, then you know that you should do Asian. Alright, wait, I do want to line this up with the edge of the zoo, because that would make sense. So it would make sense for the building to be kind of like this. And let's turn the grids back on. No. Why is it? Why are you tilted? Where did my concrete go? Concede. No, I shall not concede. Okay. Something like that. And we'll just do something like this for the... Where are you? So this will be the backstage building. So that will have the actual backstage, which we're probably not actually going to build, but just for the idea of it, it's nice to have it in there. Then we know that this area makes sense. Now it also of course makes sense to then straighten this out. And what does not make sense is for there to be a door over here, unless we make this building bigger. Like this. But then it sticks out over here. So what we should do is, let me think. If we have a door here, then you're looking right against the door, which is not nice. So what I would want, I guess, is have an area back here. Okay, wait, let's get our concrete things. These are nice. Or just blocking stuff out. Actually, I way prefer plaster because it's thinner, but whatever. We can have something over here. And we can have our door be over there. The keeper door. How long have you been working on this zoo? Too long. It's been too long. But I did not. Basically, this was my secondary zoo, of course. My primary one was the Beekse Bergen. Okay, let me think real quick. So, does this still make sense? If this is the end, so here there will be a door for the keepers. So this is not a lot of space. Is my issue right now. There's not a lot of space for them to retreat. So I guess we'll make the building slightly bigger. Like so. So we'll actually have like a pretty large cage and a pretty large area for the keepers as well. That works. I am taking too long. Well, at least I will maybe I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do to give myself more time to play Planet Zoo, because honestly it's bothering me that I'm spending a lot of time doing other stuff. Like, as much as I like making the other videos, I want to play Planet Zoo more. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do when we're finally done with the real life inspiration videos, but I'm honestly considering not continue with it, at least not until we know some of the animals for Planet Zoo 2. But I don't know, I need to see how things line up. But yeah, I need to think about all that stuff. But the main thing is I want more time to play Planet Zoo. Now I would really like to do this, but that would definitely cause issues with animals boxing up, so let's not do that. Instead, I will put... Okay, what if we put the keeper gate over here? And we'll drop this down. And we'll take this in here. There we go. Just like that. Then we'll take the staff path over here. And I'll also drop that down, because that doesn't really matter. And we'll do this. That will be the entrance. And over here. Don't like that. Never mind. Okay, so over here, this. There we go. That's how they'll be able to access the enclosure. But yeah, one thing that's a nice update to give regarding having time and stuff is that I did kind of make the decision that as of next year, June is what I'm thinking of at the moment. I want to be going to work only 4 days a week. So I'm going to move from a 40-hour contract to a 36-hour contract. And then for 4 days a week I'll be working 9 hours instead of 8. And then every Friday I will be taking off. So that should also give me a little bit more time, hopefully, to work on my hobbies, playing some Planet Zoo. Also, maybe keeping up a little bit better with my household chores, because it's something that I currently am not doing the best of work at, I'll fully admit. And I'll be able to go to zoos on Fridays, which is kind of the biggest benefit of it all. Because going to the zoo in the weekend is not horrible, especially right now in the winter, there's almost no one there. But yeah, going on something like a Friday, or other weekdays are even better, but Friday is convenient for just having a long weekend. I was gonna ask you if you'd still get benefits, but you're European. Yeah, no worries about anything. But yeah, I have been noticing lately I've not been feeling too great all the time, which is not fun to admit, but yeah, at that point you need to look at like what can I do to improve that. And this is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I think now is the time to do it. It is, yeah, next year there's going to be some pay raises just from the union agreement, as well as just my yearly pay raise, which I'm hoping for something a little above average in that regard, but we'll see how that turns out. And if that all goes through the way I hope, then I will basically, yeah, the pay raise will be taken up by the drop in hours, but it will mean that my income will stay the same roughly. If you're willing to wait, the sequel comes out next year. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is true. But it does also mean that the game right now is very cheap. Like, at least in the Steam sale, there'll probably be another sale soon. I'm not sure if it's on sale right now, but recently it was on sale for pennies. Yeah, exactly. So that's also definitely worth checking out. What way is the sun? Like that. So, yeah. I mean, in general, it would make sense to have a roof that slopes like that, I think. The only thing that makes less sense in that regard is that then the area for the cat will be slightly on the small side. I think I just want to make this bigger as well, to be honest. I didn't know they're making a new game. Yeah. Planet Zoo 2 next year. I mean, it also means, like, right now, depending on how many DLCs you can afford, of course, the game is the best it's ever gonna get. So, you get a really nice complete package here. Alright. So the only downside to what I did over here is that it kind of ruins my my idea for the mural. Unless... Yeah, unless I just do like this, but then that also doesn't make sense. I mean, of course we can still just have a big old pillar over here. And then I'm going to ignore that area for now. Let's make it as big as we can though. On 2026 announcement, did they mean release? Or just like first trailers info? Both. It will most likely release at the end of the year. It will be their big game for that year. But, I mean, unless they announce info and trailers in the next 3 weeks, all the other stuff will also be next year, so that's why I said both. Did everyone see today that they released a questionnaire? I think Eben already made a video about it, which is nice. But Frontier brought out a questionnaire with questions about what kind of features you would like to see in Planet Zoo 2. So if you are looking forward to the game, that might be something that's worth answering, so you can get your voice heard. I do wonder how much that questionnaire is going to still influence the development of the game, since you'd expect them to be quite far along with development now if they plan to release next year. But who knows, maybe it will give them something to focus on, something to change. Let them know they're on the right path or not. imagine they put all their eggs in a certain basket and the questionnaire is like, we don't care about that. And then the game gets delayed because they need to shift their focus completely. Right, I'm gonna see if I can increase, can I? Oh yes, I can zoom in a little bit on YouTube. I feel like, I'm not sure if it's actually the case or if I'm just going blind, but I feel like the chat is smaller than it used to be. The YouTube streaming layout has changed. It looks different now. This is not good. Wait, this is completely out of view as well. Okay, well that's easy then it can just be deleted. Maybe a little bit smaller. Doesn't feel... Yeah, well, from the viewer side, I don't expect it to be changed necessarily. The streamer side is different. Okay, now let's put down a guy for a second. Because I need to know how much I can bring down the rocks over here. And I also kind of want to zoom out of this. I'm just going to give that a moment to load. Ooh, that's a nice looking rock. Okay, let's see. I hate that I don't have a very good... Yeah, okay, I did not record this very well. That is annoying. But whatever. I'm definitely going to have it different in already with this. Because I'm not going to have rock down here. I just want to make that look smooth. I would love to see a feature for the aviary mesh where you just select the points of contact and the places for you. What I would want, honestly, is just something where you have an enclosure, like, say we take the mesh off of, maybe that's a bad example because it doesn't have, what's a good example? What is a good example? This one is a decent example. So let's just make something real quick to show the point. What I would like to see is you just build an enclosure like this, and maybe with a habitat gate, I don't know exactly, or something like this. It would just give you an option, just maybe in here or something, wherever makes sense, but just here somewhere a button, add a roof or whatever, and then it just makes a roof. And then preferably you'd also then have the option to put in supports, and that would like dynamically change the roof. And then maybe there's different roof types, or the roof type depends on the type of barrier. But this is what I would want. Just that it dynamically creates a roof for this. And then, oh, imagine you have null barriers, and you just make a triangle out of null barriers, and you give it a roof, and now you have a floating net, and you can use that to make climbing frames look cool. You can make like any shape of net in your... This is what I love. Like I'm imagining a feature, and I'm already thinking about how I would abuse that feature to make something else. We hope they have birds. Belgium has at least 3 votes I know of. What animals do you think should return? Most of them, but not necessarily all of them. It's complicated. More gators? We have so many crocodilians though. I want more crocodiles. In fact, I want one more crocodile, the Nile crocodile. How do you commission mods on the Nexus? Find out the maker of the mod and just contact them. Mostly like Discord works. If you can find them on Discord, they're all like pretty much all are active on the modding server. That was a jump scare. Hello. Oh no. Oh, who? Really? That's the point you decide is the most suitable to place it? Interesting. Okay. So, as far as this part is concerned, I need to start thinking about how I want this to look. I need Nile Croc, please. Yes. Would be nice. Imagine if they add fish tanks and null exhibits. I'm expecting fish tanks to be exhibits. And then if we can null them, so that you can like add them to a larger body of water. And then we can have crocodiles together with cichlids. And that would be sick. Lid. That's all I want. Hello, Atro. Grass roof would look cool on it. Just rocks would look a bit off. Perhaps. I kind of want to make it look a bit more like a kopje. Because this entire area is basically like that. I want this to be lower though. Because it needs to... The reason I'm lowering it down is so that when you're standing in front of it, you don't see the roof as much. To make it more like how they did the gift shops, then your exhibits don't have to be so static. Ooh. Yeah, like a reptile house facility that you can just add exhibits to. Oh. That would be pretty cool. Hadn't even thought about that. That would be a great improvement to the exhibits. Okay, right. I need to do this differently. I just need to use this one because it's nice and flat. That's just to get the shape that I want. It's a pretty unnatural shape. It's too symmetrical. I don't like it. Maybe I'll do that. But now it's sticking out like that. Ooh, this is actually kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. Maybe flip it. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. And then... So the top of it needs to look nice and smooth. And then it won't look out of place, I promise. Watching one of the same original videos and I saw a really cool tree made from arrowwood bushes. Don't know if there's a blueprint anywhere. Ooh, I wouldn't know either. It would probably be on Mike's workshop, I guess. I'm guessing that would be an old tree Mike might have made. So if you look for N7 on the workshop, you might find it. Hello, Nova. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. Especially love his Australia pack, Australia workshop pack. Hey, old chum. Okay, this is an issue. Okay, well, I guess there won't be an umbrella there. That's fine. I actually haven't seen anyone sitting on these benches yet, which is a bit of a pity. I don't know if they're actually accessible. Oh yeah. Let me just make a custom umbrella. I would love to... Okay, we're making a custom umbrella. That worked surprisingly well. Is this wood? No. Yes. Why is it green? Did I do that? Huh. I didn't know you could change that. I mean, I'm not surprised, but just never thought about it. That's a good color. Alright, we're updating all of them. Of it. We also need to put this table that I made over all of them. Good. Let's rotate it. Don't want it to be too consistent. What have we been up to so far? So we started off doing some mesh work. Not on the Caracal Habitat, because that one was already done. I showed some of the other things I've been working on between streams. Now we're doing this, and we are going to continue in a moment working on the Caracal backstage. And when I say backstage, I mean the on-stage backstage. Why don't you enjoy your food on a nice bench that I made? Someone? Anyone? Anyone that isn't made out of fun pieces? Do you guys happen to know when Paradise has Tropical Hall will open? They say in the first part of 2026. I doubt it. Although animals are currently being moved there, so maybe... But I hope I can be there for it, now that I think about it. Like, what if... I kind of want to be there for the opening, because that would be really fun, and I mean, I have a subscription, so why not? But I'm just now realizing, like, what if they open in March, and I'm gonna be in freaking Uganda? I'll miss the opening. From what I've heard, they've had to postpone because of a leak in one of the pools. Ooh. Yeah, last time I was there, you could actually, speaking of pools, like outside on the parking lot, there were all these things laid out, these water slide pieces for like the resort part of the indoor area. That was pretty interesting to see. Okay, I really like this piece. Like this would look really good. If it weren't for the fact that it's so thick that it's gonna take up my entire ceiling. So we can't do that. So we'll have to do this and fill this up with something smaller. So Goron, yes. Hello. I've been postponing my trip for that Dan hall. Curious to see how it's going to be as I burn so frequent. So how much rusty metal is going to be exported to the UK now that it'll be mobile as is? Yeah, somebody already made that joke, Eben, you're too late. But yeah, if you haven't heard the news, Libema, the company behind the Beekse Bergen and some of my other favorite zoos, they've bought 2 of the bankrupt, zoos in the UK. So that's pretty exciting. And the way he wrote his joke was a lot funnier as well. Just to rub some extra salt in the wound. Yes, Payton and Nuki, yeah. Uh-oh. The joke, as the other person read it, was... Seems like... Okay, so somebody said, seems like the UK will finally get a taste of some Dutch zoo design. And then Wolf answered, the first load of rusty metal has already been spotted in the Rotterdam harbour. Very, very funny. I've been painting the zoo the most out of zoos. Well, probably next time you go, it might be a very different zoo. Who knows? Not sure how much they'll change. They did mention that they want to make some pretty big changes in terms of like the walking route and layout, adding new things, bringing back rhinos. I think it mentioned somewhere. I mean, I will say they're in pretty good hands. Like, criticize them as much as you want, but the person that bought them, Mr. Lips, he is a massive fan of zoos. Like, just looking at Zoo Park Overloon as an example, like, that zoo is not making money, but they just... Well, it is making money, but just not for, like... Okay, the zoo... If it were static, as is right now, is making plenty of money. But it's not making enough money to pay back all the money that's being pumped into the new exhibits by the parent company, basically. But the parent company, like Mr. Lips, he just doesn't care, because he just likes it so much that he just keeps building new stuff there. And that's the kind of guy that you need behind the zoo. Like, we're not in this necessarily to make money, we just enjoy it. And I love that mentality. Of course, the end goal would be to make money. That's why I think something like Aqua Zoo gets a little bit less attention, just because it is a slightly less, I wouldn't necessarily say less popular, but it's a less visited zoo just due to it being in an inconvenient location. Hope they bring back the Takins. Ooh, that would be nice. Every team must bring the Taken back, plan Zoo 2, or else I'm doing something. I don't know what yet. Yeah, it will be interesting to see what we get back and what we don't. I'm expecting everyone to be disappointed no matter what. It's an impossible task to keep everyone happy in that sense. It's also a difficult choice. It's a difficult choice for Frontier, because they know damn well what the most popular animals are, because they have all the statistics on that, like which animals are used how often. But then the question becomes, okay, do we give everyone their most favorite animals? Or do we save some so that we'll have guaranteed good sales for DLCs? I'm not sure if Taken is one of the more popular ones. Alright. Now that I think about it, you know what would be cool? A skylight. Oh, I don't know why I just liked that rock. I mean, it's a pretty good rock, but I don't think that's exactly necessary. I know there's some people who don't want to wait, but the longer the game's lifespan, the more chance we have to provide input in terms of updates. That's also true. Yeah, we better get our 10-page document ready. The game's gonna launch and we'll have a whole lot of things to say about it, probably. I really need to start writing down stuff, because I actually have like interesting ideas and interesting things to say, but I just forget them when the time comes to actually talk about them. Like now. I saw once my local zoo has a commerce for renovating their croc and meerkat enclosures. Should I ask Erik van Vliet about it? I mean, I'm not sure if... I mean... Because he is working with them. Oh, that's cool. Wait, you already have a draft. Hey, big fan. Thank you. Welcome. Does Mike have a workshop? It's N7. The letter N and the number 7. Yeah, exactly. If I go over here and I go to Willow. Apparently I don't have it anymore. I mean, it is a very dated blueprint. Plant. I don't know. I should have something by Mike downloaded, right? Tree. The Terrible. That's... I don't know. Do you have any big plans for Keypark Zoo? Well, this area is gonna be completely redone, probably. but I don't want to get started on that until I'm... I currently have 3 things that I'm like actively working on in Keypark, so let's not add a 4th for now. When I think about it, I should not focus on what it looks like from up above, because in real life that wouldn't be this detailed anyway. I need to focus on how it looks like from down here. Ooh, that's a nice texture. Welcome back. Are you on the Planet Zoo Discord or the modding Discord? I'm in there, but I don't really post very much. You got me excited about painting now. Well, that's good. I hope it all works out in a good way. It's also a new venture for them. I don't know if this is their first... It's definitely their first zoo outside of the Netherlands. I don't know if it's their first, like, anything outside of the Netherlands. It's a pretty big company, so I wouldn't be surprised if they have some other, like a holiday park or something already in a different country. Do you make any prop packs? I've made some. I should make more, to be honest. Yeah, Planet Zoo has statistics on everything. That's what, like, every every anniversary and stuff, they have like, oh, this many blocks placed. That's Minecraft, but you know what I mean. This many animals released into the wild. This many somethings born. Like, all of that stuff is logged. I don't know if it's just for franchise or if it's the game as a whole. But they definitely know a lot. Okay, and we'll have glass, oops, glass panel. Let's get a nice big one. And we'll see, maybe we can take a spot. Apparently not, apparently not. Okay, that should work. Maybe raise it. I would like it to be at this kind of height. Maybe if we swap it. Oh. Don't care too much about that. We can hide that later. There's a whole elephant enclosure that's been empty for years. I wonder what to do with it. Maybe rhino? Are you gonna continue the aquarium? Yes, but not for a bit. Before we go continue the aquarium, I want to finish at least this part of the Nepal area. The red panda part can technically wait, I think. But this part needs to be finished before we do the aquarium, because otherwise it's going to be really difficult to work in this area. Because the water's going to be locking everything down. How old is Keypark in the lore? I will say I'm not a big lore guy. Like, I will have like some ideas that are lore related that can be fun, like, oh, this used to be the Small Cat Canyon. But I don't put that much thought into it, so I wouldn't be able to give you a specific timeline. I also don't know that much about like history and architecture, so if I were to give it a timeline, I'm sure somebody would correct me and be like, that type of building is like much more 60s coded than anything else. So clearly, I'm like, I don't know. I did not think about that at all. What are you going to do with tour of Keypark? I was thinking in a couple of streams. Like this is... I'd have to double check, but I think this is like the 47th Keypark stream. So probably the first stream of next year will be like the 50th. Give or take, because of course Christmas is on a... No, Christmas is not on Wednesday. Christmas on a Thursday. So I might do a stream on the day before Christmas. Reminds me of the save. Yeah, good point. I should do that too, but I don't want to right now. I'm busy. But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so on the 50th stream, I think that would be a good point to do another tour. Alright, let's take some branch. Not this branch. Specifically, this one. And maybe we'll add some... I do think, indeed, we need to add something up here. It would have been pretty cool if we had built the enclosure so that the caracal could go on top of this, but it's too late now, we already did the mesh. Is the tour gonna be a live stream? Probably live stream. I don't think I feel like making another, like, last video, we did a video that's a tour of the entire park, right? I guess a lot did change since then, but not that much. So, no, I stand by the fact that when I start doing videos of Keypark, it should just have at least something finished, like one area at least. This be a sick zoo to see in the workshop. Of course. Everything I build will turn up on the workshop eventually. Like, even if I were to abandon Keypark and be like, I don't want to work on it anymore, which I don't see happening. But let's say Planet Zoo 2 comes out, and I just don't feel like working on Keypark anymore. Even then, I will upload it to the workshop for people to just do with whatever they want. Hello. Are you still able to go inside? No, I thought so. Okay, let's fix that. We need a climbing beam. Like this one. And I think that might already be enough. But let's find out. Okay, he can climb it, but it needs to be longer. Oh, oops. Seriously? Why you gotta be like this? So let's see if I can get him to go in here. There we go. Now, of course, that is ugly as sin, so we're gonna have to try to at least either hide it or something. Going to Frankfurt, Stuttgart and Nuremberg. Should I take Heidelberg or Karlsruhe? Ooh, that's... I think out of those two, I preferred Heidelberg. But... it's difficult. It's it's difficult because they're both not that great. Honestly, depending on the trip, right? I might say go to Opal Zoo instead. Okay, what if we, just out of curiosity, what if we got like a decal and we put that on top? I'm guessing that would also ruin the traversable area, right? Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. And I think we just gotta deal with this being the way it is. Now let's see if it's possible for us to get him up here. Would be nice. And let's get a natural thing. If the things you commit in video games apply to real life, how much geo time would we get? Well, I just finished playing Grand Theft Auto 5 again, and I definitely mowed down like every motorcyclist that I could see on the highway, as well as like very many. Like the other day, like in the game, you can buy this company that turns profit based on how many cars in the city get damaged. So I just grabbed a tank and started blowing up everything I could see. So I think I would be in jail for my life. And then some. The evil playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. Oof. That's definitely a game that I should play, to be honest. I just don't want to make the time commitment. I just know that I won't be doing anything else if I did that. Hey, he can go up here now. Theoretically, he can go up there now. What if I gave him some bedding? I hate that the bedding looks the way it does. I don't think that's gonna work. Probably will break this reversible area. I wish the bedding didn't have a... Ooh! Ooh! He can go up there! Oh. Well. That didn't work. Please tell me you can actually sleep there, though. That would be so freaking cool. Or does he just walk off or jump? Oh, what are you doing? What's the plan here, sir? Oh, he can actually... Oh, no, okay, he's gonna climb down. I thought he was gonna sleep up there. I think he will, though. I think thanks to the bedding, he will actually sleep up there, which is awesome. I don't care that you can see the climbing frame exposed and stuff. Just the fact that this works is worth anything to me. So let's keep that. Let's absolutely keep that. That's awesome. Over here, I'm going to add a little bit of this to make that transition nicely. And yeah, now we basically just need to close off this gap over here, apparently. That will probably... What? Did not expect... Don't think that was caused by what I was doing, to be honest. But let's see. Okay, he can go up here. Oh. I locked a bunch of foxes in small cages and forced them to inbreed with plants for thousands of years just to get the grey coloration one. Yeah, I think there are some slight ethical concerns in there. Okay, I want to rotate this to be a little bit more over here. Just so that he doesn't... Like, right now he's sort of clipping into this thing, and I think it would be better if this was also the birch. Because right now it looks a little bit weird. Like, it would be better if this was just one long branch. I hope this doesn't break stuff. Let's find out. Because that does look a lot better. As long as he can still use it. He can, but he can't. We need to get that traversable area up there, because that will actually make it so that he does stuff, I guess. There we go. This is so finicky. Yes, we got it. Nice. And even if he doesn't go up there himself, we can just put him up there now and make cool screenshots. Hehehehe. Alright. Let's see what the climbing looks like. It's gonna be jank as hell. Oh yeah, just clip it to the wall, why don't you? Oh, that's interesting. So he moves like that. Very interesting. Well, you know, if it works, it works. Don't question it. Yeah, the backstage is gonna be like not viewable really, so I think we can just leave it kind of. Well, okay, of course we need to decorate that a little bit. Now what I kind of want to do, which I think would be fun, or would be realistic, if this backstage room, let's make the brush a little bit more intense, and if this backstage room over here were kind of very old, because in the lore, see, we do have some lore. This is the Small Cat Canyon, which would have been a kind of older part that was like renovated into like just a couple of exhibits remain from it, like these four basically, and two of them aren't even for cats anymore. But if this was like an older area, then the backstage of it, if they would have kept it, which in this case I feel like they would have, will be like kind of oldish as well. So what I want to get is limestone, a limestone floor, well, not that that's going to be visible, but let's make it dirt. Eat your dirt. Need to go now, bye. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Yeah, like I said, you probably won't be able to see that. But that's okay. Yeah, probably this floor actually would be like slightly taller so that the sand isn't dragged inside. This probably wouldn't be there. Oh, really? That's way better even. We can just make this all concrete. Ooh, a sign. A big sign. Curious. Pretty good, did it break? Yeah, it did break some things. I don't like that. Oh. Oh, please tell me you have at least 30 minutes more? Yeah, 30 minutes easily. I'm doing pretty good. Waiting for my pizza. Oh no. After that he needs to go to bed. You can't make me. Keypark doesn't build itself. I always love this trick. Oh, and I messed it up. No, come on. Go. So we have a slight peek of the backstage. I do want to make these, I mean it will become dark in a moment. Spent 3 hours building something in JWE and then took screens of it. Oh, just to put on like a billboard type of thing? Okay, so for this part, thinking with NVIDIA. I already shared on Discord, but I finally visited Copenhagen Zoo. Right, you did. Did you share that picture of the polar bears in the tunnel? That I was very jealous of, because for me the polar bears were just in a sad bear pit. It was nice but not large enough. That can be said about a lot of the things at Copenhagen, I feel like. It definitely wasn't my favorite of the Danish zoos on my trip. I will say that. Yeah, no, it's not an excuse if you have hippos, rhinos, and elephants. Like, all these large animals, just, you need to go a little bit in a less is more kind of approach at that point. Like, they need to lose some of their species to give the rest more space. I think it's because the capital zoo of Denmark, yeah, they want to, of course, be a big player with all the cool stuff. That makes sense, but yeah. You can't do that if you don't have the space for it. You just need to accept that. Ooh, I like that color a lot, actually. It's not the color. I was going to make it a lot more gray, but I actually really like that. I'm gonna keep it. And I do want to... Oh crap. Okay, wait, I think I don't have any rocks. Oh, we are missing a piece. Is that a necessary piece, though? It's not. Hey! Hello there. What do you think of the two newly Bema zoos? I guess I finally have a reason to go to the UK. No. I also love how you clearly... Oh, right, the umbrella. Yeah, fuck that shit. I'll find one in the workshop. Oh, that's a very unnecessary piece. Any tips for better rock work or foliage work? And do you fully do your backstages? We have done one full backstage over here. And it's really fun, it's really cool, but I don't think I can keep that up for the entire zoo. Because it's just too much work that you don't always feel like doing. Like, sometimes I'm really in the mood for it. And it can be so fun and rewarding to work on something like that. But I don't want to force myself to do it, so I'll just do it whenever I feel like it. And mainly I focus on stuff that's visible. So, like over here, you can kind of look into it. So I made the floor, and we might make some like climbing frame or something. But I don't necessarily feel like making everything in here. The only thing that's now that I made a glass roof, now I'm like, oh, we should at least make something here so that when you're looking at it from above, it makes sense. So let's start by putting the floor in the whole building. That'll at least be something. But yeah, I also don't want to have to deal with hiding stuff like this, because that's the issue with making the backstage, is then if you make interiors to buildings, then you have nowhere to hide certain things. But yeah, now at least from up above it'll be like, oh, it looks like there's something in this building. They put a minimum amount of effort into it. I was in your YouTube top 5. That's an honor. Are you excited for Planet Zoo 2? Of course I am. I really hope to be able to get in the influencer loop before before all the fun things start. I really want to go next year to Gamescom to see if I can get maybe part of an yeah, play like the early access there. That would be fun. Yeah, the streams probably help a lot in watch time. Yeah, I need to make more Planet Zoo videos to be more Planet Zoo YouTuber, like to get on the radar. At least I'm streaming like semi-frequently nowadays. That also helps, I'd like to think. Oh wait, the supercuts. Oh yeah, no. I don't have all the old footage. And I don't want to spend time making a supercut. I could spend that time just making new stuff. I don't like to do that. That's not for me. Who is my favorite Planet YouTuber? Eben? No. Well, not no. I don't have a favorite. There's many awesome creators in the community, of course. I would say definitely in the top are, yeah, Eben. I'm obligated to say it, otherwise he won't go to the zoo with me anymore. There is Remnant and Jash. I think I'm not sure if they've fully moved to Planet Coaster now, but either way, just whatever they end up doing, it's always amazing. Oh no. Catch up with the stream later. Thank you, Eben. Thanks for tuning in. No, yeah, but Remnant and Jash. Haribo doesn't really make videos anymore either, but just... I'm not necessarily going now for my favorite YouTubers, but just my favorite builders. Although Remnant's videos are also always... Remnant and Jash, their videos are always top-notch quality as well. They're real perfectionists, and I can appreciate that. But yeah, I really like ZSH Places videos, Caesar's videos, and then there's of course the big boys that I'll put on some of their videos whenever I have nothing to watch, basically. Alright. I think that will do. So now the only thing that's left is, well, first of all, door maybe. Where did I make the entrance anyway? Maybe I should temporarily make it a different path so that I can see. Then, yeah, this also needs to go. I want this. I like how I'm getting very close now to wanting to make this backstage, which is dangerous. I shouldn't. I can always do it later. See, this is annoying. We should just use this, to be honest. So, let's see. I think we can use this to get the diagonal in without it interfering with my door. Yes. Brian, have you seen most otter species? I don't think so. I'm trying to think. So, when I was in India, which otter did they have there, actually? Now I need to check this. I think they only had Asian small-clawed otters as well, which is a bummer. Like, you go to an Indian zoo and you think, oh, maybe they have a rare or special kind of otter. But I think it was just Eurasian. Yeah, they have Eurasian otter. Yeah, it wasn't even Asian small-clawed. They had Eurasian otter in the Indian zoo. I've seen the North American river otter. I've seen Eurasian otter. I've seen small-clawed otter. And what's the one that they have at Paradise that's rare? They have giant otter, of course, seen. Indo-Chinese smooth-coated otter is the other one at Paradise. So those are the 5 species of otter that I've seen. Oh, and I've also seen those at Prague, apparently. I already forgot. Oh yeah, they're with the orangutans, I think. Yeah, in the Indonesia house. Spot neck? No, not yet. I am Dutch, by chance. Now that I think about it, if you turn this one sideways with free builds, it's actually a way better door frame. I think. Oh, it's actually the same width as the other door frame as well. Look at that. That's great. I think this is very big though. Oh yeah, sea otters! How could I forget? How could I forget the sea otters? Yeah, I have seen sea otters as well. That was my highlight. That was one of my highlights of this year. Drove all the way to freaking Denmark for sea otters. In the Berlin zoos, in just 2 Berlin zoos, you can see every species of flamingo. Yeah, I wonder for how long, because I think one of the species, they've got like only 1 individual. So I think this is a short-lived situation, sadly. Yeah. The J. Jonah Jameson's flamingo. Actually, okay, I'm stupid for doing this. I can just use this. I'm going to Holland next year, and I'm going to Artis Zoo, Burger Zoo, Apenhul, and Dierenpark. Oh, Apenhuls and Dierenpark what? There's many dierenparks. Ouwans Dierenpark, Dierenpark Amersfoort. Are these good choices? They are pretty good choices. I would consider, it depends on your planning of course, but I would consider going to either Blijdorp, probably Blijdorp instead of Artis. Artis isn't that great or big. I have seen Grisons before, but not recently, and I don't know if I have footage of it. I think I saw them at, so probably Wildkatzencentrum I've seen them in. And I know Fauna Park Verkleij has them, but I don't think I've seen them there yet. I think Uilen en Dierenpark de Paai used to have a Grison that I've seen. Amersfoort. Okay, nice. Cool. Yeah, I like Amersfoort a lot. You could consider going to Ouwehands instead of Amersfoort. They have slightly more interesting species, but I think Amersfoort is a nicer zoo. But it also has its, both have their ups and downs. But I think Amersfoort is overall more positive. And yeah, I would say it's a pity that you're not going to Beekseberg and Overloon, but they are much further away from these other places that you mentioned, so I'm guessing it might be more difficult for you to get to those. But that's just up to you. What would be a good piece? Because nowadays we have these, which I feel like might be pretty good for adding detail to these roofs. I mean, this is bad spacing, but we can fix that. Grisons are cool, yeah. Yeah, let me double check regarding the Grison as well. Because now I'm curious. And if there's any zoos that I... Okay. Oh, they're in Bierenberg, but I don't think for very long. No, since 2024, so I have not seen them in Bierenberg. Fauna Park, and then the other ones aren't anywhere. Those are both for the Greater Grison. But I feel like, yeah, here, Uilen en Dierenpark de Paai. In 2022. So I think I saw them there. If I go here to Uilen en Dierenpark de Paai. Yeah. Yeah, I was there when they still had them. But the problem is I don't have very good footage of it. So this is not a Greater Grison, this is a Little Grison they had here. But I remember, that's loud. For me at least. I remember they were... Why do I have so many shots of Lukoshi's ass? They were around here, I think. Yeah, this was their enclosure. You can see it on the sign. So why did I not record it there? Wait, I'm obsessed with this now. I need to know. Because the problem is it was sleeping in that little, like, hole thing. And it was very difficult to see inside. Those were some awful exhibits. Oh my god. Boys. So this is across from where the Grison was, but yeah. I think back then I think Lukoshi told me that they were special and rare, but I think back then I just didn't care that much about that kind of stuff yet. This was still me discovering my zoo enthusiast side. Oh yeah, this is not the enclosure, wait. It's around here though. I thought this was it. No, this is yellow mongoose. You've successfully distracted me. I hope you're happy. Oh well. They look like slinky honey badgers. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. I think that will look nice. Let's separate them. Let's give them the same color, which will look slightly different because it's a different material, but that's exactly what we want. And then we can do this. And this. It's weird. Randomly unselected. Here we go. And then we just need to do the same for the... Oh, that's a pity. You know, I know what I'm gonna do. We're gonna cheat. Gordon is the only one brave enough to add string details to the roof. I mean, it just looks good. I'm not the only one who would do this. There's way more absurd roofs out there that people have made. Okay, my roof is not... These windows are not all the same size. Oh well. I'll just pretend. Pretend that they are. And then you just do this to make them all the same size. And then the bottom here. That one is not. Going to work as well. Oh, we have the same issue, but slightly different. Why is it not? Gotta go. See you later. Thank you for tuning in. See ya. Probably will just finish up this roof, and then in my own time, I'll make the billboard for that that billboard that we put down. So I'll make. We just need to make a small African scene and take a nice screenshot of it. Oh, I need to clean up that as well. Gotta do a little bit of cleanup here and there. That's fine. But yeah, I do want to wrap up soon-ish, because my throat's starting to hurt. Just like earlier this week, I made the next zoo inspiration, Planet Zoo real life inspiration video is another beefy one. My voice hurt after recording it. It's gonna be for giraffes, and it's almost an hour long. There we go. Ah, okay, I see the issue. The door needed to be smaller. The game decided for us. I do think we need to change how this path goes a little bit, because now it's... I want it to go like this, so that the keepers... They will cut the corner, which will get them to go for the middle, I think. I think this is pretty safe. So let's make the door the same color as the roof. That will probably look good. Go. Add a hinge. Add a door handle. I feel like this door is big somehow. Maybe it just looks really thick. Oh, crap. Because of the use of art shapes. There we go. Probably will move some of this bamboo to the side. Yo, chum. Kind of want to hide this. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Hide the stuff that was sticking out there. There we go. Yeah, I think we can actually make like an actual backstage in here. That would be really fun. We'll see about that another time though. For now, let's finish up detailing this. Not like that. Let's just get ranch. No, framing. This always works nicely for things like this. Just need to put you a bit further in. Oh, that's weird. There you go. Like it. Do we do the same up here? Maybe. Alright, there you go. Sleek looking backstage. And a nice indoor area for our caracals. Now somebody earlier said that we should maybe add some more bushes for the caracal. And I kinda agree. So let's get some Okay. Sooty. Oh, we're on the rocks tab. That explains it. So what I kind of want for this is to get a nice big bush. Maybe in the back here. Because I do agree that we could do a bit more in terms of that. So I kind of want to do this and then this. No. This to make it like a bit of a stem. Something like that. And wait, that did not affect his traversable area? How is that possible? Interesting. Now he's smelling it. Good for him. So yeah, if he wants, he can like lie behind that bush. I know I do kind of want to keep the rest open. I think in terms of privacy, he will always have his backstage or like this corner over here. And the idea is simply also that this is maybe just a product of, well, I mean, the renovation of this habitat would have been done a lot more recent. Oh yeah, oh look, there's actually people in the bus. I was going to point out the fact that I put a vista point here because people weren't going inside of the bus, but now there's actually people standing in the bus. That makes me happy. Maybe once I have the education stuff in here, that might also help. I'm going to move this over here. See if that... I want the vista point to get people in here, but I don't think it's really helping. It's just frustrating because if you look at animal visibility, like even if we put the caracal in front of the window, hello. Like over here, the visibility is better than over here, which just doesn't make sense. So that's frustrating. It's a bit frustrating. I don't know why that is. Like maybe it's due to the terrain being so high here. So the game thinks that guests are looking against the terrain or something. I don't know. But it's very weird. It doesn't make sense to me. But oh well, that's just how the game is sometimes, I guess. So we put all this effort into making the bus walkable, and now people aren't going inside. Womp womp. Anyway, I think that is where I'm going to leave it today. It's 9 o'clock, which is my bedtime according to Eben. I don't know when that started to become a thing, but I'm kind of done with this for now. I'm just gonna watch another episode of Gen V probably while I finish up this netting over here, and then I'll do some other things. Maybe I'll work on that billboard for over here. So thank you all so much for tuning in. We had we had some pretty good progress. We made the whole thing that I wanted to make. So, oh yeah, and I need to make an umbrella. I'll add that to the Keypark Africa to do. So over here, by the way, because I did mention that at the start of the stream. So I did make a to-do list for the Africa area. As you can see, there's quite a few things on there, but it's not that big. I'll quickly go over it with you guys so you have an idea. But we have the backstage for the tortoises. That one is a little bit of a mess. Needs just a little bit of cleaning up. We have this billboard over here, of course. We have the ranger outpost over here. We have the interior of the bus. The backside of the caracal I can now cross off because that is pretty much done. I crossed off the wrong thing just now. I'm gonna write that a second time, I guess. It's already a mess. Oh god, I ruined the entire to-do list. We have the little food stand over here that needs to be detailed. We have the backstage of the Red River Hogs over here needs a little bit of detail. Like I need to fix up this entrance and actually make it a keeper entrance. Then we need to make a backstage area for the birds. I'm not going to make the entire thing probably, but just this part that you can actually look inside of through this window over here needs to be cleaned up. Then the entire aviary needs just a little bit more finalizing, just adding a couple of plants in areas like this and over here. But other than that, it's pretty much done. Then, this bridge, that also needs to happen. Then the backstage for these striped hyenas needs to be not very detailed, but just build an outer shell of. The Dick backstage, well, you can see the big to-do over here. I need to add a door in here to let the staff into the backstage. And then the naked mole rats down here. And then the Africa area will be done. And then all the signs. We need to make all the signs. So the sign in here, the sign for this, the sign for that. I need to make a sign for the aviary entrance over here or something to be like, these are the rules of the aviary, don't eat, blah blah blah. Yeah, and some other things. But other than that, we're very close to the end of Africa. It's a weird way to put that, but anyway, that's where I'm gonna leave it now for real. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed watching our beautiful Caracal over here, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.